Brexit Britain's ability to chart destiny on global stage, under threat from rising China. Brexit Britain's ability to chart your own destiny in the world is under threat from the expanding influence of China, a former CIA analyst has told. Former U.S. intelligence officer Nick F. Timiades has warned that China's expanding global hegemony is capable of preventing Britain from operating as an independent and sovereign nation following Brexit. The expert on Chinese intelligence operations has warned that Beijing is capable of dictating terms as the UK government looks to expand Britain's role in the world. Mr. F. Timiades told that Britain's very ability to chart your own destiny was now in doubt given the global reach of Xi Jinping's Communist Party. I think you are at a point where it is even becoming a question whether you can chart your own destiny. Or whether China has so much influence financially and through the political apparatus that it is going to help Britain chart its own destiny. Whether or not you want it, and it is at that point. I mean, Australia realized this about earlier on than the rest of us, and God bless the Aussies, they put into it, they stood up to China. The United States, for over 30 years we have had failed policy towards China. Simply because American arrogance and corporate greed took precedence over the interests of not only our nation, but global democracy. That is a simple reality, and we used to have these debates back in the 90s. Now Americans say we never knew. No, we have had quite a long string of debates in the United States since most favored nation status as to how the world should approach, and how the United States should approach a rising China. It was our own arrogance and greed that allowed China to get this far. The UK is exactly at that point, whether your own arrogance and greed is going to allow China to become a great controlling force in the world and ultimately your own country. It comes as the leading expert on China intelligence gather warned that the UK was vulnerable to attempts by China to exploit British source technology. Mr. F. Timiades told, the UK is a really unique case, and they are so because of their legal structure. I mean, in the United States we have the International Trafficking Arms Regulation, we have ITAR. We have export enforcement regulations. So we are very heavily regulated as to the type of technologies that can be exported and under what condition. The UK not so much so. He added, so you find the UK in collaborative academic and industrial relations with China. I mean, we have a somewhat of a similar case in the United States. We have technology in universities which we know are being supplied to the military, that are going to the People's Liberation Army, continued the former intelligence officer, and it is the same challenge that the UK has. So we have work in optics and satellite optics and ground bases optical systems. We have work in the UK on advanced communication systems, which are also being exploited, if you will, by China for commercial as well as for military purposes.